The Battle of Ia Drang started on November 14th, 1965. The fighting was in two parts. The battle started at Landing Zone, or LZ X-Ray. That story was told in the movie We Were Soldiers, and in the book We Were Soldiers Once and Young. Bud Alley lives on Signal Mountain. He was there at the Battle of Ia Drang, saw the end of the fighting at LZ X-Ray, and he told us, in his own words, what happened next. The fighting at LZ X-Ray lasted till the morning of November 16th. First Battalion lost about 80 men. Bud Alley calls the men of First Battalion real combat experts.
Our unit, the Second Battalion of the 7th Cav, got to be one of those, oh shucks, we need another unit. Let's throw one together.
Mr. Alley and the rest of the men who were left at X-Ray were told to go to another landing zone, LZ Albany, a 3-mile walk.
So we go from here over to here, up to here.
That detour made the trip about 7 miles. Before they found LZ Albany, they found something else.
Stepped on 2 prisoners.
Stepped on them, like literally stepped on them.
Literally stepped on them, jumped on them, captured them, interrogated them.
All of the officers were called to the front to help with the prisoners, but at the time they had no idea they had marched right into the middle of the 33rd North Vietnamese Regiment.
We were getting shot at from behind, the top, everywhere you go.
The fighting lasted for hours. When it got dark, Bud Alley says he found 3 of his men and tried to get to a safer place.
And I can hear the artillery from 2 miles away firing. So as it's nighttime, the NVA is going around in this darkness executing Americans. Bang. And if we stay there and somebody steps on us, we're dead. So the only chance we got is maybe get back to the artillery base. So I gather up the 5, and we got all bandaged as best we could and crawled on out through the middle of the jungle.
By the morning of November 18th, 155 more members of the 7th Cav were killed. 50 years after the battle, Bud Alley has finally put his thoughts and memories of that war in a book.
It's a story that for years has not been told. And for 155 men to die and people not be told the truth about it is wrong.
The book is called The Ghost of the Green Grass. He says things happened in the fighting and after the fighting that most people just don't know, including a visit from General William Westmoreland, the commander of U.S. forces in Vietnam, that Thanksgiving.
And this is Westmoreland standing there while we're all now trying to eat our soupy turkey because it's been raining all day and we couldn't eat because we thought we were waiting on him to come eat. Tell us what a great victory we had that day. And we're kind of looking at each other like, victory? Doesn't feel like victory at all.
In that photo you just saw, just after the battle there, Mr. Alley, he was in the middle. I asked him why he was smiling. He said because he made it out alive. Bud Alley says when he thinks about the war, he thinks about the men they lost, and he wonders how all that happened, the mistakes made to put them in that situation. He told me he's telling his story so maybe someone will listen and learn. To buy a copy of his book, go to theghostofthegreengrass.com. You can find a link to that on our website as well, newschannel9.com. Kim.
Josh, thanks so much. I certainly look forward to reading Mr. Alley's book.